Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Rando Commando show, the show where we talk about a particular topic, we throw our 2 cents worth in, and hopefully along the way, we get some laughs. I'm Ethanuel, this is Jonesy, let's get into it.
So today on the show, this is a special episode. Super shout out to Greg Peck for recommending this idea to us. But we are going to be taking Ethanuel's favorite thing, Chronicles of Narnia.
I don't know if you could see the letters on here, but I'd rather be in Narnia.
So the thing that he only loves, a lot. And we're going to be taking, and we are going to be having him rank his favorite Narnia books from least favorite to most favorite.
So I think what I'm going to do is start off, my least favorite book is, and I agree with you, Greg, is The Magician's Nephew. I like the idea of Narnia beginning and stuff like that. As far as there's and content in it was good. The things that bothered me the most was I didn't really like Diggory as a kid. I liked him better as an adult. He was just kind of an annoying brat as a kid. Like, he was the one that brought Jadis into Narnia in the first place. If you guys haven't read the books, it's still a good book. Read it, but the reasons why I don't like it are. It's just, I didn't like Uncle Andrew. I didn't like the Diggory as a kid. I felt like, there was good and evil in it, but overall, there were some things in it, I just was like, there was other books, the other books were better than this one.
So it's like there were characters in there that you didn't connect with as well.
Right, it wasn't like, oh, Diggory, why'd you do that? Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, get a slap on the wrist or something like that. My number 6 is Voyage of the Dawn Treader. For me, I like the idea of introducing Eustace into the story. I like that element. I like how it was. The only thing I didn't really like was like it just wasn't like centered. Like it was like they were always out at sea all the time. And like I'm not like a huge sea book like fan. Like I like sea books. Like but when it's like all about just let's go after we hit this island and this happens. We go hit this island and this happens. It's like, can we just like maybe find like maybe find an island where all this happens on rather than just like continuous islands.
Kind of like it was skipping back and forth and not really focused on one.
Right, we're not focused on a particular area. Number 5 is Prince Caspian. The reason why I say this is because when you bring back, it's a huge time jump for one. It's 1,000 years, 1,300 years between Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in Prince Caspian and Narnia times. And so a lot has happened, and so you're kind of like left in this world of, okay, what happened to the Beavers, Mr. Tumnus? Like, what happened to all these characters that you've grown to love in Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and they're not in Prince Caspian anymore? You assume the worst, because the worst has happened, but you just
1,000 years will do that to you.
Right, but you're still like, hey, where's all these characters? Like, and yeah, sad face. Terrible sad face. As far as the story goes, it was I like the plot of like the evil Uncle Miraz and like Caspian is, needing to take back the throne. As far as the book goes, like a lot of these favorite characters that you've grown to love in Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, they're gone. And it's just kind of like, oh. Okay.
It's always rough when a book introduces like a whole new cast of characters, especially after you've established something. I had a Star Wars series that was the same way. They got like 4 books into the 7 or 8 book series, and then they completely changed out the whole cast of characters. And I was like, nope, I can't read this anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Number 4 is The Silver Chair. I was gonna actually put this one lower on the list, but the fact is that I just reread it. Shocker.
Wow.
I read Narnia.
You're rereading the Narnia books? Wow.
But Silver Chair, I liked. From a news perspective, again, the things that bothered me the most were probably Jill's attitude as far as remembering like the things. It was kind of like, it kind of reminded me as a kid as being like, she was just like, I refused to read, like at parts was just like, refusing to remember the signs that Aslan gave her, and it just reminds me of like when I was a kid, just being like, I feel you, like just being like, I don't want to do this. I
don't want to do this.
But I think the biggest problem I had with it was again, kind of like that time jump when you're like, oh, Caspian's old now. I do like the fact that like Puddle Glum is not as bad as everybody thinks that he is. I like his attitude as far as being like, let's prepare for the worst. But then, yeah, I understand that can be kind of a heavy rain cloud over people's heads.
Pessimistic view of things,
but overall, I like his idea of just being like, hey, like he does have ingots of wisdom in his words, and I do like those. Number 3 is The Horse and His Boy. I have to put it at number 3. For most people, it's like kind of lower down the list. But for me, yes, it doesn't take place in Narnia. It has Narnia elements. You've got the kids as adults. You've got Mr. Tumnus. You've got all the Narnia elements there. But I like the fact that it's not centered like in Narnia. It's like, but it's the journey for Shasta and for Erebus to go. Like Narnia is hope for them. Like in their respective worlds, they have been abused. They have been set up as prizes and trophies. Like, so Narnia for them is freedom. Like that's what The Horse and His Boy speaks to me, is like for these 2 kids and these 2 horses that they own, Narnia is freedom for them.
It's a pretty nice theme throughout. Mm-hmm. You know, freedom is something that we can all relate to, something we all desire. And I can see how it would definitely be. That's one book I haven't read very much, so I might have to pick it up and read it again. How about that?
It wouldn't be a waste of your time.
Right, exactly.
Number 2, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I know this is the one that kicks everybody's off, and this is supposed to be on the top of everybody's favorites, but hear me out on this one. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, yes, it's the adventure that kicks it off. It's the one that starts it all for me. Like, you get introduced to 4 new kids. They're, having to go to the countryside. Everybody's at least heard about this story, or at least maybe if you guys have watched the movie. But for me, it's like the kickoff to, it's like, yes, this beginning of the adventures. And for me, it was just like, you got all this information packed into one small book. For me, it's just awesome to see that Edmund is just like, yeah, I betrayed my family. He feels down in the dumps about it. And then when the White Witch comes, hey, you're mine, come on. And Aslan's like, hey, no. Hey, Edmund, I got you this time. I've got you, buddy. And then he goes.
There's a lot of character development in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I mean, there's a lot of characters, for one, but all of the kids you grow with, and you see the vulnerable and the strong points of each of them.
The number 1 on the list is The Last Battle. Woo! What I like is the future is what they go into, as far as yes, the old Narnia is gone, but the new Narnia lives on. And you get all these characters come back, and you get one last, even if they're a cameo, you get to see everybody from the first book to the last book. That's just that last battle book just brings that all for me, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, I think that The Last Battle is an extremely well done send off kind of for the Narnia universe, and it's awesome imagery for sure.
Right, that's why it paints it's like that canvas. It paints that canvas so perfectly that it's just, for me, it's just I can't help but not put it at number 1. That's the main reason why. I can't not just be I'm bumping that down to number 2. It's for me, that imagery has stuck with me, and that future hope of what heaven may be like. It's just, for me, it's just phenomenal.
Cool. Yeah, It's awesome to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's all the time we have for this episode, and otherwise I could go on eons about Narnia. So,
we have. We have.
But
for viewing
purposes.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and a personal thanks from me to you, Greg Peck, for posing this idea. This has been a phenomenal episode for me to at least give you a brief glimpse of what I am as far as a Narnia fan.
Very brief.
But if you guys, this isn't, we do take other ideas.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be Narnia. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. We take any ideas. So if you guys want to give us an idea and you guys want to see it on the show, leave it in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook, or send us post a picture, tag us in it on Instagram, and go, hey guys, talk about this, and we'll do an episode. We don't ignore you guys. So thank you. We do appreciate your guys' input.
Yeah.
So, and that's going to be all from us today. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time on the next Rando Commando show.